later. Okay, right. Okay, so I'm not sure this recording's going to work, but never mind. We'll just have a nice session anyway. So it's a Friday morning. We're going to do trying to energize the body, calm our minds, centering. Yeah, so we're going to go with that. So we'll start let's just start by breathing. So just with your feet shoulder width apart, and if you place all the points of your feet, just connect with the earth. So your 5 toes, the ball of the big toe, ball of the little toe, center of your heel, and then the center of the transverse horizontal arch of the foot where the balls are. Connect with those 9 points on each foot. Just rock forwards, backwards, just center yourself side to side. Find your middle. Let your knees be soft. Bend your, let the tailbone tuck under slightly and the back of your head up towards the sky so that your spine is nice and long. Okay, just have a little gentle smile, relax your jaw. Place both hands on your belly. Breathe, deep breath in. Feel the belly expand as you breathe in, and on the exhale, just sighing the air out. Feel the belly get pulled in towards the spine. On the inhale, deep breath in, feel the belly expand. On the exhale, let your mind just drop into your belly. Just be aware of your movement, of your body, of the connection with the earth below, the sky above. One more deep breath. And just check in with yourself. Just notice how you're feeling in this moment. We'll just do a little bit of knocking just to wake up our centre as well. So just knocking, unless you've just had your breakfast and it's a little bit full here. But just knocking over your belly button and coming down towards the pubic bone and going round in a circle. So you're coming up the right hand side, down the left hand side, covering. You could just start with a little spiral around your belly button and then gradually get a little bit bigger. So you're covering the whole of your abdominal area. Just to wake up the digestive system, wake up the center, activate the chi here. Lovely. Back to center. Deep belly breath. Just connect with your center. Exhaling out any negative energy, anything that no longer serves you on the out breath. One more deep breath in. So breath is the quickest source to chi, the quickest source to energy. So if you get the point opposite the navel at the back, so just knocking over it's called the door of life. It's the point between the kidneys, and the kidneys are said to be our internal batteries. So now just breathing deeply into your belly, but deeply into your back as well. So you're just energizing the kidneys. In Chinese medicine, the kidneys are said to be our internal batteries, and there's a lot of emphasis on protecting the kidneys, nurturing the kidneys, because they really provide us with our rocket fuel, our Jing, which is meant to last through the whole of our lives. So if we burn it all off too quickly, we haven't got enough to age well. So that's why a lot of these exercises are to nourish the kidneys. And then just clapping down the back of your buttocks, down the backs of your legs, and then coming down the outside of your legs, up the inside, into the hips, and then back down the outside of the legs. So we're just waking up the legs, the meridians, all the meridians in the legs, go right down the back again, cover the bottom, especially if you're sitting today. Right, the way down the calves, outside, inside, and then just give your legs a little bit of a shake out, just a breathing in and a bit of a shake out. Now, quite a nice one just to kind of is bouncing into the heels a little bit as well. So just a deep breath in and a ha out. And feel a bounce in your knees. a bounce in your elbows, and a little bounce in the sacral, craniosacral pump. So that's the tailbone and sacrum bone are going down towards the ground, and the back of the head is going up towards the sky. One more deep breath in and really let it all out. Okay. Great. And then just take your legs a little bit wider, knees are bent, and then you start, but this is knocking on the door of life. You start by just turning from your hips and your waist. And as you do that, the arms just flow out, and then let them just gently knock against the belly and against the back, those areas that we've just been tapping. And if you just breathe deeply into your belly, so as you breathe in, imagine your diaphragm is going down as the belly comes out, and as the diaphragm goes down like an umbrella, it flattens, and you expand in your belly, your waist, and in the kidneys as well, in the back. So sort of have this sense of all the energy going right down into the navel, the kidneys, the waist, as you breathe in deeply. And almost the hands are bouncing off this sort of drum that you're creating here. Now, to liven things up a bit more, you can lunge from side to side. So you're just bending the knee that you're turning towards a little bit more, and the outer leg is just straightening. And really turn to look over your neck and your shoulders as well. Okay. And then we can just take the front hand just underneath the collarbone. So you're just starting to tap just in that little hollow here. So just tapping at the front. And this is just to wake up the lungs, because the lungs obviously bring in the breath, which then brings in the chi, and then the blood follows. And then we get more energy and circulation. So lovely. So just waking up the lungs, just coming back to the low back, and then just let everything slow down again. And just shaking out the arms a little bit after doing that. And we'll do a little bit of knocking on the chest as well. So just breathing in and then making the ha sound. So the other way we can get tired is by holding on to tension. And that could be physical, mental, or emotional. So shaking and tapping and making sound are really good ways to help the body release tension. And then just coming back under the collarbone, back under where that little socket was, that little hollow where the lung meridian starts, and then clapping down the inside of your arm, down to the hand, up and over. So we go in the line of the way that the energy goes, the direction of the energy. So it comes down the inside of the arm, to the palm of the hand, over the fingertips, and then up the back of the arm, right up to the neck and shoulders. Just give a little bit of a tap there, and back down. Do 3 times, lovely, and then coming across the center. Keep breathing deeply, keep your breathing deep and soft and continuous, and then coming down the inside of the other arm, over the top. If any areas, if you do get tension in any areas, like in your forearm, if you're doing a lot of keyboard work, you might want to just little knuckles, and you can just focus on those areas, or during the day, just focus on those areas, just to, stop this, they call it stagnation, the congestion. Lovely. And then should we just wake up our heads a little bit as well? So just tapping over the head, over the crown, back of the neck, into the base of the neck, down the back, up and over the forehead, little taps. Perhaps just smoothing out any tension in the forehead. Circle around the temples, tapping around the jaw, let your jaw relax. Again, a place where we hold loads of tension into those masseter muscles, I think they're called, and into the under the cheekbones, jaw, and then the front of the neck. Final little shake and a bounce. Give everything a little wiggle. Great. Let's do tiger clears the way. So for this one, the arms come up, then you make little claws in your fingers. Deep breath in. As you exhale, you just bring your hands down, bend your knees, and your arms go behind you like a ski jumper. Breathing in, exhale, in, in, So it's called Tiger Clears the Way. Imagine a mama tiger clearing the way for her cubs to walk through the long grass. Just go as deep as is comfy for your knees. You can do it more slowly or get a bit more vigor, depending on how you're feeling. And relaxing. If you keep your hands up in this position, we'll just do a twist and flow. So with this one, you pivot on the back foot and you turn to look over your shoulder, back to center. Inhale, exhale, turn to look over the other shoulder. Inhale, turn to look over one shoulder. So we just keep our arms like this for a few moves. Inhale, exhale, round. It's just to open up the upper back. And then bring your arms a bit lower to open the middle back. So your knees are bent and you're just pivoting on the back leg. Again, it's just to open up the spine a bit more. And then have your hands a little bit lower. Lovely. Great. And just coming back to center. We'll do a movement called Buddha holds up the earth. So your knees are a little bit bent and we're going to gather earth energy. So straightening your fingertips, breathing in. Imagine that you're breathing up earth energy up into the body. Face the palms are facing against the upper part of the chest, the lungs, and then you spiral the hands up towards the sky. Spiral the hands so you connect with the sky energy, and then you bring that energy back down, connect with the lungs, and back down again. So Buddha holds up the earth. It's to bring calm, sort of earth energy up into the body, to help balance the emotions and clear the mind. It's to keep balance really, because the head energy tends to kind of go up, the emotions tend to go up, but the earth energy goes down. So it's trying to help to keep the emotions and the mind grounded really. With this exercise, if you can breathe in as the hands float up, and then breathe out as the hands float down, breathing in and out through your nose if you can. And just take a little pause at the end of your inhale, just to still the mind, still the body, and then exhale. Pause the breath, inhale. Pause the breath at the end of your inhale, exhale when you're ready. The colour, this is meant to help the lungs and the large intestine, the metal element. The colour is white, like a pearly, sparkly white. So you might want to even imagine a lovely white, sparkling energy coming out of your hands and directing them into your lungs, or pulling down a white, sparkly light from the sky and directing that into the lungs, just to increase the frequency of the lungs, the large intestine and the skin, increase their vibration. Okay, and then the last one, if you just float your both hands up, pause at the top, and then if you keep one hand up to the sky and then the other hand down towards the earth, palm down, so both palms are facing either the sky or the earth. Inhale, push the hands away from each other and then lean towards the hand that's facing down towards the earth. Gently look up to the top hand if that feels all right. Exhale, bring the hands back together. Inhale, push the hands away. Exhale, back together. Inhale, push away. This is called spreading your feathers. And it's meant to really help open out the chest, the lungs, the rib cage, and the neck as well. It's good for the neck as well, this one. And it stretches out the lower back a little bit too. So it's just a nice one to encourage more breath to come into the body. And with the breath, we get the chi, and with the chi, we feel more life force energy, because it can go wherever it needs to go. And then bringing your hands back down. Just go inside for a moment. Just notice how you're feeling after doing those sort of first moves. Just sort of scan yourself from your head down to your toes. We'll do one more stretch for the whole body and then we'll go into our flowing movements. So this is called double arm spirals or teacups. You have your feet shoulder width apart. Your arms are out to the side like this. The first part of the move, so you always keep your palms facing up if you can. Bring your elbows in towards your waist. Hands come in front and then they spiral around. So they're going to take the hands behind the back. Hips glide back, hands still remaining upwards. Bring the arms in front of you. Still keep your palms in front. They cross in front of the face. Then take your hips forwards and then make a big circle with your hands. And then you're back to the start again. Okay, so deep breath in. Exhale as the arms spiral backwards, hips go back. Hips start to come forward, arms go out to the side. They come in front, but keep your forearms spiral, they're twisted over. And then you come up to the front, hips go forward, and then you're back to the start. So if you just start a few rounds, deep breath in. Exhale, spiral the arms back. Inhale, spiral the arms in front. And then let's just keep going for a few rounds of that if you've got the you're getting the gist. So this is good to open up the lower part of the back between the low back and the sacrum, so where it attaches to the pelvis. And it's obviously really good for the arms as well. So a nice all-round stretch. Deep breath in as you come forward. Exhale as you go back. Oh, one more. And back down. Great. And for a final little jiggle, just shaking out your hands one way, the other way. Get a little bit of energy up to the surface. Deep breath in and shake out anything that needs to be released. And then we'll just go into a nice flowing movement called opening the flow. So with this, you just gently float your hands up as you breathe in and down as you breathe out. So the first part of the exercises are to try and open up the energy pathways, the meridians, release tension in the muscles that might be causing, constriction around the meridians, and bringing the life force energy to the surface with the shaking and the doing, warming the body up, getting the chi flowing. And then once you've kind of done those preliminary movements, it could be that you've gone for a brisk walk or something like that, or a bike ride or done yoga, and then you could go into these flowing movements. So now we're sort of getting into our flow. There's no need to try. It's about being effortless, really, just observing nature. Nature's not striving, it's not trying to fit loads of things into a short space of time. So it's kind of all the movements are based on nature. So with this, the hands are like little paintbrushes or just floating up on little thermals and floating back down again. And for all of these movements, the breath is in and out through the nose if possible. So then if we just float the hands up, and then we'll take the hands out to the sides, chest comes up towards the sky, and then just turn the hands over, thumb and first finger connect, and then sink the chest slightly as you bring the arms back to the center. Turn the hands, breathing in, exhaling, breathing out. This is called crane soaring. There's obviously a little bit of learning in the movements first, so that's just to provide structure for the movement. And then once you know the structure, your body can just start to relax and let go. It knows what to do. With this, the knees are a little bit soft, just gently sinking the chest. Again, this is for the metal element, the lungs and the large intestine, and this is the season for the lungs and the large intestine. We're in the autumn. It's the season for letting go, going within. So, and it is a time for reflection, and it can bring up a little bit of sadness and grief. And this is just to help us process that so we're not stuck in those emotions. Floating the hands down, and we'll go into the water element, the kidneys. Take the hips back, backs of our hands come together in front, not quite touching. Bend the knees, inhale, roll up through the chest, and the hands come up to the collarbone, and then they just whoosh out like a fountain. It's called the fountain, this one. Hips glide back, arms are sort of like circular movements, backs of hands come together. Imagine that you're drawing water up through from a well. Inhaling up, exhaling as you come back down again. Backs of hands come together, drawing water up through the kidney channel, through a point in the centre of the arch of the foot that we connected with earlier. It's called bubbling spring. Imagine that you're drawing up purified blue sparkling water to energize the kidneys, which help with the nourishing of the bones, the bone marrow. And in bone marrow in Chinese medicine relates sort of more to the spinal cord, the brain, the fluids, the cerebrospinal fluid, the synovial fluid. It's very important in those amazing fluids we have in our body. So we're purifying, cleansing, helping the kidney cleanse. Lovely. And then if you take one hand in front, palm up, one hand behind, palm up. So you're opening up to the universe, deep breath in, and then bring the backhand in a big arch like a rainbow over the side of the head, and then push away. This is actually for the wood element, the liver. It's good for the brain, for the thinking processes. It helps to release mental tension from the brain and from the head. It helps to open us up to the universal mind, expanding to the universal mind. Exhaling out. Inhaling, opening up to the universe. Exhaling forward. And we push those thoughts away, or that mental tension out through the heart meridians along the forearm. So it sort of helps to balance the emotions as well. As you inhale, the legs straighten, and as you exhale, you bend the knees. And just get a lovely rhythm. Keep breathing deeply into your belly. Opening up the chest and the arms. And if you have one hand in front of, actually we're going to go to the earth element. If you bring your hands in front of you, as though you were holding a little ball of energy, a pearl of energy between your hands, you might actually feel a little bit of buzzing or tingling after all the practice we've done. Just take a few deep belly breaths and perhaps just feel that energy between your palms. Feel your belly expand, your ribs expand, your waist, your kidneys. And then on the next out breath, we'll take a deep breath in. You can send your hands forward, palms down, hips back. This is called pebble in the pond. Imagine that you're stood in water, and you're sending out ripples from your pebble. You sort of, yeah, you're sending out a pebble into the pond, and your arms represent the ripples that have been sent out into the world. And if we can imagine sending out positive energy, what would you like to send out into the world? And the ripples just continue to go out and out and out and out. And then they start to come back towards you. So what would you like to bring, what positive energy would you like to bring into your life as well? So we're connecting with the earth element, which is all about abundance, feeling centered, grounded, secure. It's just a never-ending cycle of abundance, infinite. Keep breathing deep into your belly. Inhale, exhale as your arms go forward. Inhale as you come up, and your legs are pumping, so the knees bend as you go forward, and they straighten as you come back up. Just do once more. Back to the center. And then just let your arms rest by your sides, palms facing forwards. And we're just going to bring all the energy that we've been generating back to the center. This is called pulling down the heavens. Knees are a little bit bent to start. Inhale, straighten your legs, bring the arms up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, you're just letting all that energy come down, settle down, right down the central channel, back down to the belly. Inhale. Allowing the arms to come up, exhale, just sending the energy down. So it's almost like ironing out all the creases in the meridians, in the channels. Any excess energy is just coming back to center so that it's not flying around and making us feel scattered or chaotic. It's helping us be grounded, centered in our center so that we don't become off balance with life. We can always come back to this place. And then let's do another centering exercise. If you have one hand below your belly, I know Joe likes this one. So take the other hand behind you, bend the knees, inhale, look behind you, and then as you exhale, bring the thumb down the central channel. And again, we're just sort of really centering that energy in a more focused way. Palm up at the belly, inhale, turn and look at that hand, exhale, bring the thumb down the midline. It's not touching, but you're just imagining it guiding the energy down the central column. Inhale, legs straighten, exhale, back down to center. Inhale, as you open, exhale down. Just do it once more each side, just to really gather all the energy. And then bring your feet together. For women, right hand first, left hand over the top, just below your navel center. This is the center of the lower dantian, the lower cauldron in Qigong. Just take a few deep belly breaths. Just notice how you're feeling. Perhaps come up with a word for how you're feeling right at this moment. And then you can use this word as a key next time you perhaps come into practice or just stop and breathe. And it can help you access that point a little bit quicker. And when you're ready, just bringing hands into prayer position, just having gratitude to yourself for showing up, perhaps gratitude for your body or something in your body. And you might want to send a little bit of that gratitude out into the world. Stop the recording.